Okay, I'd just like to talk to you about some of the, or one of the great resources that are out there. This, Odd Meters, by Colin Gordon and Steve Kortyka. This is great. This is really, really great. If you like to play in odd meters, if you don't like to play in odd meters, it's really great because it helps you. And what I like about this is it locks up with what the older guys used to use. I remember Clark Terry helping a young drummer who was playing in 3/4, and he was playing like boom, chock, chock, boom, chock, chock. And Clark says, no, it's not like that. It's you parked the car, he parked the car, who parked the car, they parked the car. And all of a sudden the kid's going like boom, bump, jabam, boom, bump, jabam, boom. It's great. And because it had that little saying to it, you would never forget it. I remember we were playing some type of mambo figure, and it was like bop, 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 and somebody was rushing it, and then someone said, no, it's like bop-a-joo, bop-a-joo, bop-a-joo gam, bop-a-joo, bop-a-joo, bop-a-joo gam, and it made it lock in just like that. So these little ways of feeling inside a measure are really important, and that's what I like about this. So this is a couple things, so I'll just kind of show you. There's a lot in this book. I haven't been through it all. I've been through maybe the first 25, 30 pages, and it's been so easy for me to use and feel comfortable in like 7/4. I just had to put it up. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. This here tune. So Steve writes his melody. This is all based off St. Thomas changes. Okay, so he writes a melody, and you're looking at it, and it's kind of grouped funny. But what he does is they go through and they give you these rhythms. Bow, 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 bow. So it's the rhythms, and you play these rhythms along with the track, and they fit in. But they almost work as like a clave pattern. They work as a little tiny, like they get the measure and they break it down into little sub-rhythms that are so catchy and easy to hear. As you go on, the rhythms change. The rhythms get a little more. Instead of playing half notes, we're playing quarter notes. We start playing like every other beat. He gives you all these little exercises that you play along to. You just read this, and then you start to expand on it. So, for example, instead of playing two half notes, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, instead of going bow, 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 you may start to fill in those half notes. Ba-da-loot, da-da-loot, da-da-da, da-da-loot, 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 da, da-da-loot, da-da-loot, or do da-da-doo, da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-doo, 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 da. So, once you feel this sort of subgrouping that's real strong and you play off it, then you're playing on it. It was great. I mean, I tried it for about 15, 20 minutes, and I was like, whoa, this is comfortable. Really? Man, really? And so one of the reasons I didn't really get into the book that much is once I locked into 7/4, then I'm playing unaccompanied in 7/4 because I'm locked into this little clave pattern, which is, I call it clave pattern, but really what it is it's just a rhythm that helps you keep yourself in place in an odd meter measure. And once you have that, it's really, really so much easier. You're not even thinking odd meters, you're thinking off this rhythm, which is like your ally. Anyway, it's great. And he gets into a lot more. Oh my God, these two guys, they went to town on this. I mean, 2 5/1s and 5. It just goes on and on and on and on. Maybe I've done this much. Maybe I've done about this much of the book so far. I'm not even sure I'm going to get all the way through it, because once I realized I could do something, then I started writing tunes in 7/4, and it's, oh, I have this. It's good. It's really good. Two things. When you get it, it doesn't come like this. It comes as a PDF file. So I printed the thing out, and I had it bound. I went over to Staples, and they bound the thing. And if you bind it, get one of these binders, because this lays flat on the music stand. If you get it stapled, it'll do this thing, and you won't like it. But it's good. I just put a plastic sheet on top because I know I'll destroy from the real book days. Anyone who had a real book always loses the A's and the Z's. It gets thinner from either side because you lose the pages. And the other thing is the play-along tracks are great. The band he has that are playing these play-along tracks are great. I mean, it's contemporary, it's modern, and sometimes when you play in different keys, sometimes the play-along tracks are really, I don't want to say they're clunky, but they almost telegraph the time signature to make it so you don't get lost, which is like unkan ka-chunk bang bang, unkan ka-chunk bang bang. That's 5/4. No one's going to play it like that, especially now. Today people are playing all types of time signatures and grooves, and it's really great. So this rhythm section is playing, say, in 7, but they're playing really smooth. But it's still in 7, and if you keep the figure in your head, you'll lock right up with it, and it'll feel great. So this thing works, and I'm down here playing in 7/4 comfortably, where I think the last time I played in 3/4 was in the 80s, and they're still talking about that. It was, man, I'm locked in my house. It's COVID time, and I'm starting to lose it. But anyway, this, you can't beat it. This works. It's great. There's a lot in it, and it's effective. And what I like about it is it harkens back to the way it follows that tradition of getting inside a measure, and let's get a piece of it, and let's figure out a way to look at the measure. And once you lock that up, boom, you're in, and then you can expand off it. So anyway, odd meters, Colin Gordon, Steve Kortyka, beautiful. It's great.